Hello and welcome to a very exciting talking guitar session here at the North American Guitar Showroom in London. We're joined with our very, very good friend, Mr. Tony McManus. Tony, last time we were together at the showroom was at the old showroom in 2015, and
That's
you
right.
did a concert for us like you're doing this evening. So what have you been up to since then?
It's relentless playing of the guitar, really. Lots of travelling, lots of touring. I did an album 2015 with Beppe Gambetta, and that came out I think it was late 2015 it came out. I did a lot of travelling with Beppe in 2016, and some this year, and some coming up later this year. That was a great project to get involved in. Lots of North European music, Celtic stuff from me, and some Southern European music, some Mediterranean, Ligurian, Sardinian music from Beppe. And both of us, he lives in New Jersey now, and I live in Canada, so that there's North American influences as well.
How do you kind of approach that? How do you come to that to record?
Well, there were lots of different processes going on. There were a bunch of solo pieces. A couple in particular. He had this beautiful Sardinian arrangement of Ave Maria, which he did for a wedding. And I've heard him perform it solo many, many times. And we ended up doing a very gentle duo arrangement of that. And then there's a piece that I play called The Sleeping Tune, which kind of became one of my hits.
Yeah.
Gordon Duncan tune. Beautiful piece of music. I've been playing that solo for years. That became a duet.
Right.
So we just found ways of weaving in and out of each other's solo repertoire, and then we concocted a whole bunch of duo pieces just from our travels. There's some Greek music on this album and some Ukrainian music on this album.
Well, I remember with the
yeah.
Ukrainians, because you played at one of our anniversary events.
That's right.
And you played a piece of the Ukrainian music.
I played, there's a tune that we did called Bonnie Mulligan, when Ukrainian in the broad sense of the word, written by Peter Strushko, great mandolinist and fiddle player of Ukrainian descent. So that tune is on the album. That's probably what I played. But there's a Greek piece called Mustambeko, which is in beautiful 11/16 time. So if you're going to tap your feet to it, you need an ambulance on standby. There's a whole bunch of that on this record. So I've been, in the last year or so, mostly touring with Beppe and doing some solo stuff as well.
And of course, you're on tour at the moment. You've managed to squeeze in, coming
straight from the airport.
Straight from the airport, straight here.
Jet lag,
and so you've got is it a 10 or 12 run date?
I think there's 10. So we're here today at TNAG in sunny London. And then the rest of the dates are in Scotland, which is great. I'm working my way up to Ullapool, the guitar festival.
Beautiful.
Up there, which I haven't played in years, because it always clashes with my son's birthday.
Yeah.
And this year, we've managed to get the date on October 9th and October 10th. I'm going to drive from Ullapool back to Heathrow, and Finn's birthday is on the 11th.
Amazing.
So, but there's a whole bunch of dates winding my way up to Ullapool. So, looking forward to it.
And we were just briefly talking about your son and how he only likes the most expensive guitars.
He would adore this store. As long as it's expensive and exclusive and shiny.
And we must talk about your weekends, because this has been something that's been sort of growing and growing and growing year on year.
Yeah, I did the first one it's hard to believe, in 2007. God, he was a toddler. And the format, the town I lived in, Elora, is this beautiful, old, fancy bed and breakfast. So I block book the whole building, and I fill it with students from all over. And the format is to have a guest instructor and a guest luthier. So the instructors of the years have been people like Dawn Ross and Al Petaway and Rolly Brown, and Chris Newman from England came over last year. And each year I've invited a guitar builder to come and talk about their take on the instrument. Paul Reed Smith was there very early on, and Linda Manzer, and Grit Laskin, Jason Costall, Michael Greenfield, Ken Parker was there last year. It was fascinating. Just his take on anything to do with the guitar is totally unique.
Yeah.
Like, people were asking him about the bracing in his guitars, because there's just one X brace and that's it.
Yeah.
And he said, I take a mirror and I look inside other people's guitars. I think, hey, it looks like a lumber yard. What's all that stuff for? Brilliant. It's all about just the love of the guitar. But when you surround it in a coating of great food and nice accommodation,
maybe a little bit of nice wine as well.
Some nice wine, a lot of malt whiskey. So we'll get number 11 coming up next month. And Tony Duggan Smith, great Toronto luthier, is coming. He's going to be talking about the Group of Seven project, which Linda Manzer started. The Group of Seven, anyone in Canada will know about the Group of Seven. There were 7 painters, all from around the turn of the last century. And beautiful art. And Linda put together the Group of 7 luthiers, all apprentices of Jean Larrivée, with the exception of Jean Larrivée himself, who's one of the Group of 7 luthiers. So each of the 7 took one of the 7 painters and built a guitar inspired by their art. So Tony Duggan Smith is one of the 7. He's been a good friend for many years, so he's going to come and talk about his own career and the Group of 7 project. So if you catch this video before the end of October, it's at the McMichael Gallery in Kleinburg, just north of Toronto.
That's wonderful.
So that's coming. That's very exciting. I love these weekends. We did one in California, in Healdsburg, and I think we're going to do another one in January 2018.
I think we should talk about maybe trying to do
We should certainly do one in the UK for sure.
It's a really, that for me summarises everything that we believe in here at the North American Guitar. It's that community feel.
Absolutely.
It's everything from the build of the guitar to the playing of the guitar, just to the love. Just
I notice playing not just guitar festivals but guitar shows, like luthier events. They're all incredibly supportive of each other.
Which
you don't very, very rarely you would hear them slagging each other off.
Yeah.
They all admire each other's work. They all share their ideas. It's a great thing. And that hopefully filters through to us, the players and the consumers of the gear.
Yeah. Well, it's lovely, and again, that's one of the reasons why we do these events. Why you're here this evening is purely for that, just to give people that are followers of the North American Guitar something other than just coming to a showroom and seeing the instruments, actually hearing them played by a master like yourself. So we're holding the guitar here. It's quite funny because this is one of your signature models.
This is my signature model, PRS.
Exactly, and it's amazing because you've flown in, you got in the car, you drove straight here, you've done some incredible product demonstrations for us. And Richard said, could you just play your signature model? Just can we hear? And it was quite incredible. We've had a lot of people play that guitar, but it was like coming home for you, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
You put it in your hands and it just...
I'll tell you, I first went to PRS in, I think it was 2007, and I heard Dave Grissom talk about his signature model, the DG2. It was an electric guitar, twin humbuckers, etc. And he said that he can do a PRS event and not take a guitar. Like they can just hand him one with a hang tag still on it, a brand new guitar, and it'll just feel like his own guitar. And I remember sitting there thinking,
yeah.
But it's true. I mean, this is not my guitar. It's got my name on the headstock and PRS on the label, but it just feels exactly like my guitar. So I felt very much at home with this one. And it just sounds great.
You were really a part of the sort of neck dimensions of the neck glove. That was really
I mean, I'm a player. I don't even know how you bend wood to make guitars. The only input I could give was really on how the neck felt. The earliest prototypes that Paul sent me and that Ricky Skaggs showed me in Nashville, the neck was really narrow. And they were great for flat picking, which would suit Ricky Skaggs, of course. But for fingerstyle playing, they needed to be wider there and here. And we went back and forth. And I got Martin Simpson involved. And for such a small guy, he has a string spacing here that is just colossal. It suits him, it suits many other people too. So he and I both gave them input into how the neck should feel. And God, they got it right. For me, anyway, I just love how this guitar feels.
It's a shame we haven't got a G2.2 Greenfield.
I love how that guitar feels too.
They never arrive. They always sell before they get here. But yeah, it's been such a pleasure to have you here and playing this evening.
Fantastic to be here.
And yeah, I'm really excited about the show tonight. Is there anything you want to sort of tell our sort of viewers about what's coming up apart from the weekend?
Well, the Guitar Weekend is next month in Elora, Ontario. Other than that, I'm just keeping on. I have a great agent now in the UK, so I'm over here. I live in the other side of the pond, but I'll be over in the UK more frequently and for longer each time, we hope. There's a King's Place gig in London, I think next February, so it'd be great to see some of you there.
Yeah, we'll definitely, if you give us the information,
Yeah.
we'll get that onto our newsletter and we'll get that out to everybody, and maybe watch this space for a weekend.
Just watch this space.
We'll watch this space.
This is a phenomenal space.
Oh, thank you very much.
This is a guitar haven, so watch this space.
And also would be great to look at doing a weekend together.
Let's do it. Let's
Brilliant.
do it. Let's talk about that.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.